we are not alone in the world. Our brothers, the animals, our sisters, the birds, at the making of the day they were and late. The creatures of the sea and the marsh remained when we crawled away. With the host on the salt plain's edge, at the giving out of hands, they were chasing each other's tails or sniffing each other's asses. When the maker of the land and the sea questioned about their souls, there was howling amongst the trees. When they handed out the blessings and looked deep in their creatures' eyes, they responded with great unease and could not meet that gaze. At the naming of things we know, they chirped and hissed and growled and went with the winds of the world. When they died, their scattered bones were forbidden the holy Ignorant ground. Of what they are not, unaware of the things that they are, their memory is lost as Eden, their anger the same as fear. To follow a trail through the forest and not think, have I been here before? Or remember an odd-shaped stone that hitchhiked to now with a glacier from the last ice age. A stone reminding them of something else and triggered a whole series of remembering. Or notice a daisy like the day's eyes, deja vu in the etymological dark. But how do we know that? Perhaps the caribou with the antler antennas in their hundreds of thousands have stood on some primordial beach near the Great Bear Lakes listening to music from Crab Nebula, the debris of the supernova. In a caribou fantasy, or the Arctic wolf searching his genes all the way back to the Genesis, for the god's wolf terrible face, at least the deer's soft helpless look, facing death's wraps, up the moment for the time when we die ourselves. And the far distant eyes from nowhere peers with instinctive distaste into our own brief lives.